Hello, my name is Angelina, and today we're going to look into the new program launched by Adobe, Adobe VAP Marketplace, and how it is supported in the AppXite platform. The VAP Marketplace program is designed to automate the entire Adobe customer journey, including the daily operational tasks performed in-house. Beforehand, all these tasks should be performed manually, but it has changed, as Adobe is shifting to pure digital model. That is why all the Adobe partners are urged to get the marketplace in order to accelerate growth and enable new opportunities by eliminating all the manual activities surrounding Adobe business. The VAP Marketplace program is the evolution of the well-known Adobe VAP program. Besides the benefits of using an automated cloud platform, the early adopters of the VAP Marketplace program are eligible for additional financial rebates and the advantages of securing long-term customers. Looking at the table, we see that instead of manual renewals for thousands of customers comes the auto-renewal at customers' anniversary dates. Pricing levels are narrowed down to 4 instead of multiple pricing levels, and summary invoices would definitely make your accounting days easier. So why do you need to enter the VAP marketplace? First of all, in few years you will not be able to transact Adobe products differently. Second of all, to achieve the economy of scale and the operational excellence. And last but not least, to provide the best customer experience. AppXite platform fulfills the requirement for automation with its Adobe API integrations. Besides that, the platform empowers sellers and distributors to transact Adobe subscriptions, solutions, and product bundles from leading vendors like Microsoft, AWS, IBM, Google, and as well as their own managed services or developed solutions. It supports the activities required to manage the entire lifecycle of channel partners, including partner onboarding, enablement, engagement, development, co-selling, and co-marketing. It also provides critical integrations to backend systems such as CRM, ERP, ITSM, and marketing tools. With AppXite platform, Adobe partners are able to achieve a higher level of simplified business with Adobe, easier billing and invoicing towards your customers, automated authentication of customer pricing levels. And there are a few things that differentiate AppXite from other platform providers. Migration. It is a well-set process where AppXite will do full validation on customer eligibility to be moved and send back the report with the reasons if customer is not eligible to be moved at this time. Reseller confirms to go ahead with migration on eligible customers, and AppXite performs the migration in one batch, as it is a one-time task, avoiding to migrate customers one by one as it will take a lot of time and effort. Pricing levels. Once you as a seller or customer choose what offer you would like to purchase, you don't need to choose your level. AppXite have direct integration towards Adobe to validate the customer existing level, and even if customer increase quantity, the offer gets validated directly and change level automatically together with updating the yearly price for that specific purchase, dependent on current customer level and additional license offer increase. To simplify it, neither seller or customer need to know the level that they are in or should be in with the added licenses. AppXite have automated it and presents to you. And finally, we all know how many SKUs are available in the market. Users could easily get lost, but the platform is built on the principle less SKUs, more configuration, so that users can choose the product they need and pick up the right setups by choosing the commitment period, billing cycle, and other options. And now it's time to entertain you with not only slides, but the demo of the purchasing process in AppXite platform.
Okay, let's jump to the Adobe demo environment. As long as it's a demo environment, you don't see enough of marketing here, but Adobe does provide AppXite with fully loaded information with marketing materials and everything that is needed for a production environment without the involvement of the seller. I'm logged in as a seller, and this is my Adobe customer. They have already purchased some of the Adobe services, and one of the important things with Adobe is that you get your correct pricing level. If I'm a customer that is increasing the quantity of licenses, I should get my correct pricing level. From this step, I can either create a quote for the customer and send it over to them, or I can actually place an order on behalf of the customer Here we have an offer, I press Buy Now. As you can see, I already have an Adobe admin account, and this is the email owner of Adobe account. This email can be only one for Adobe VAPMP, and you cannot have Gmail, Outlook, or other private emails. There is a list from Adobe of domains blacklisted. In many cases, the customers comment that they would like to change the account admin email, and here we have a drop-down of the actions that are available for the customers. Now I want to place an order. After I decided that I need this kind of amount of licenses for this customer, you can see it started to spin here for a second, and you can see the customer level. Because this customer already has some Adobe services, we are validating and checking which level this customer belongs to, so you don't have to think about whether this is level 1 or level 2 or level 3 customer. It immediately says they are on level 3. This information is provided from admin account where customers' Adobe account IDs are stored. And this is where we are utilizing API integration. Even if they don't see the account ID here, AppXite validates it with Adobe. The level also depends on the number of licenses purchased, and if you choose some significant number of licenses, the level automatically changes here. Now they are on level 4. Also, another important thing is that you can see here that we have 1 year commitment period and a billing cycle yearly. That is the only current available option from Adobe in VAPMP. You cannot choose anything else. But AppXite is working very closely with Adobe, therefore we know that additional things are coming in the future. In the beginning of the next year, Adobe will release 3 years commitment on Adobe VAPMP, and we already prepared the services and the integrations and setup for that. When Adobe will release that, we will have the functionality. I can make some additional discounts for the customer based on the information below, where you can see my margin, my partner price, and I can see the suggested retail price. And here we can say, dear customer, I will give 5% off, and then it recalculates the price. This gray tab is shown only when it's you as a seller purchasing on behalf of the customer. In self-service scenario, neither margins nor partner price would be exposed to the customer. In the AppXite platform, you can also say that this customer will always have a 5% discount for all services or for a specific Adobe solution. Then it will say that this customer already has a 5% discount. You can set it up already from the beginning so that your customer could use the self-service and buy by himself. In this case, the customer will see the discount and it will not be able to change. If you haven't put any pricing, any discounts or any margins, anything in the platform that is your in price and Adobe list price. That's what we are utilizing to get those numbers. So I want to buy 1 license and level returns to level 3. And it spins again because AppXite is validating the customer with the change of license quantity. I press Add to Cart, I get into my shopping cart, and then I choose to place an order directly without asking the customer. They might already be emailing me that they need 1 extra license, or I can create a quote for the customer. I put an email address, I can put some comments and send it out to the customer. The customer can accept that quote through the email pressing on the button Approve, and it automatically connects back to your system and send an API call through, so they don't need to go to the platform to approve. It is done directly from the email. The customer also has an option to request some changes on their site and then send it to you, so you will get all comments and communication directly at this quote. One of the biggest pains with Adobe are the renewals in VAPMP. If I click on Subscription tab, I can see all the subscription that my end customer has. There are different services, I can see the billing cycles and the prices. If I want to change some of the existing subscriptions here, to change a quantity for example, here I can see all the information related to this subscription and it will renew on this particular date. I can see the status is active, and now I want to change the quantity of license. Here I can also turn off the auto-renewal option, and I want to place a new order on my renewal date. And that is something you can do also in AppXite platform. Auto-renewals by default are always on. Then I can press Edit, choose the date after renewal, and continue. And then I can say that on the renewal date, I want to go from 2 to 10 licenses. You cannot decrease the quantity of licenses during the commitment period, but you can increase them. It recalculates the level again, and it says here, important, this is the estimated price. The final price at your selected day may differ by vendor or seller. That means that on the renewal date, Adobe may change the price list and the price will change accordingly to the Adobe price list on the renewal date. And I can follow all my changes here under History tab. I can overwrite the changes and say, no, I don't need 8 extra, I need only 5 extra licenses on the renewal date, and apply the change. Contact us to discuss your Adobe business case and how we can support it in the AppXite platform.